After your case is dismissed, what happens? Do you get your stuff back?
Except $10,180. They returned to me $14,010. But it was still $10,180 short.
When there is a discrepancy like this, what recourse does someone have to get that money back? Or to even just make it known that the money disappeared?
I don't think there is a recourse. Of course I'm gonna get a no. That money wasn't there. Go fuck yourself.
Get on the ground, now!
What it is, it's a burglary first. When the officers take the money from people, they're armed and they go in their house. I mean, I've thought about that a long time ago, that it's actually a home invasion. And it's Louisville's biggest gang. There's no gang in Louisville bigger than the Louisville Metro Police Department.
Run that back, Toretto.
Hi. You probably don't know me yet. That's okay. I still think you should watch this video. Let me open your eyes to the charade. The justice system jig. A prosecutor puts on a charade, performing in front of 12 jurors they call peers. Performing a charade to persuade 12 people that an individual is guilty of a crime. Now, stay with me, because this will all make sense at the end of this clip. Figure the only ones not getting paid for this ensemble is the jury. 12 innocent people have to get blood on their hands while the judge and prosecution collect a check and trade for human beings' life and that's why they work so hard to instill fear in an individual accused of a crime, so that the person would rather agree within a plea agreement to say or admit that he or she is guilty out of fear, hoping to preserve some of his or her life that could so easily be taken away by an individual with a position of power. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. In this instance, it removes responsibility from prosecution and judge, but in many cases involving a jury, the jury also decides the punishment of an individual, relieving the judge and prosecution of that condemnation as well. But in the circumstances when the judge is burdened with having to decide the punishment of a person, the judge will point his finger.
I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well.
Now those condemned, or the majority of them, consumed in the mentality of being better off dead, trust me, I know from experience, will be stored or housed, as they say, preserved inside what feels like a concrete coffin, in a complete state of suffering. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth, given the bare minimum, so that those assigned to assure these humans profiled and logged under an assigned serial number do remain in their compartments, cataloged and forgotten as actual human life. These sentry guards performing their duties ignore the reality of the misery around them, so that they and those in power who've created this organization and flawed system will all continue to collect dividends, cushioning their own lives off the suffering of others. And many are actually found to be innocent after decades of suffering in these coffins.
I did it to make it tough.
And inhumane conditions.
Yeah, robots. We're not people, we're robots. It's crazy.
10, 20 minutes from leaving and still wearing handcuffs. They always gotta put those on you one more time to remind you of where you're at. My day of release, I'm still caged up like an animal. Look at this, can't even put your arms out in either way.
So you said him not to come back.
Some people, I'm sure there are some people who didn't do what they're in here for. There is a percentage. I'm quite sure not everybody is guilty, but for the ones who did.
In all reality, the most powerful person out there is the officer. He can ignore a crime, He can charge you with something. There's nothing more powerful than the discretion of a police officer out there. And that's no doubt. And it's a real danger when a cop knows that power, when they understand.
Now, there are a lot of wicked people in this world, committing acts of extreme cruelty, wickedness, sickness, harming others and their property, jeopardizing the health and well-being of others and the quality of life. So many deserving of the suffering of living and dying inside a concrete coffin. Yet, unfortunately, the government has turned their justice system into a business designed to generate income rather than protecting the public and safety and society, while none of the people of authority involved use discretion. Unfortunately, the street officers have the most difficult position. These officers, the detectives, and their superiors hold the biggest responsibility for using discretion. And their awareness while performing their duties could prevent so many people from this suffering, yet they just become a wheel in the assembly line that processes the humans, performing the biggest charade of all with their flashy lights and badges, their sharp uniforms. Now, they can make a decision to process a man for stealing a sandwich or being drunk in public, ensure that he will face his punishment for registering .01 over the legal limit for driving a motor vehicle. But a gaggle of these goofs, a whole murder of these crows, gather in droves at an elementary school to parade their charade of body armor, assault weapons, radios, and sirens with military precision, can't make a decision to perform their duties and save the lives of children at an elementary school. Uvalde children die, justice system a lie. Everyone still got paid though.
Dead body gun, them say our dead body gun. You're powerful, you know, come like next to God. And when people hear it, people have to back up, you know, you understand? But you know, it's a serious place, daily you wake up and see people that are dead. So we have to have them to protect ourselves. That man just come kill from the other side. Just like police job, jungle justice we deal with, you see me? Yeah, so we kick it in Jamaica, man, you hear that?
Because of Garrison, you know, it coming like a down at the Middle East. But the fittest of the fittest survive, and we are always fit, so we have to survive. And police are our enemy, man. Biggest enemy, more than even our enemy. In this community here, we don't work with police. The oldest lady in the community, she don't work with police. She work with we, because we are police. We have our own sergeant, we have our own lieutenant, we have our own commissioner of police. We have our rules here. There is no robbery, no rape, no shoplifting, no petty thief. You can't deal with none of them things there. You get the real Garrison treatment of laws. You understand? Because of our own community justice way. Because once the community say, enough for you, enough for you. Most war, as I mentioned, is either turf, a man take a man tea, a man take a man strappings, a man take a man weed or coke. So we put the barriers up to make sure that our enemy them can't come through. If you pass, they say you have a drop. I mean, you have drive-by go around your regular. A man put him thing and film window and come to your community and spray all 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 innocent people. We can't afford for that. The way we love our community. I want to allow them to take care of our people is by put up some borrow and make sure that them safe.
We use the wrong things and turn it into good things in our community. We take care of kids, uniform, lunch money, elder people in the community. Them not have the money for cook to them and dead out the drugs money. We can't take care of them. When them come to us and need anything, we not turn them down. And more time them even go to the politician them and them not get it. When you bust this come like a ranch rolling out the jungle. Shake out the place. It's all about the browning, because it protects me all the time. Without it, I don't have no life. Well, my woman,
This like my girl, nah? Sleep with it, eat with it, drink with it. Life come like nothing. Life come like one of this. Man, I write your name upon one, you know? My family was dead by the gun in it. So I put my mind to it and I start kill people daily. When Johnny around, there's more money. The more buy a beer gun. Politician, sometimes they run money for we for buy a gunshot. And sometimes we have to chump up money for sale.
The police try to combat the power of the gangs, but in Mountain View, the police have no power. Because here, no one talks.
You understand? Anybody go against that? Gunshot.